property for about a week with my parents, having just, like I say, having just been released from young offenders. And one particular night, I settled down to go to sleep. I was lying in my bed. I hadn't gone to sleep yet. It was dark. The light was off. And I suddenly felt this presence in the room. And it was a female presence. I couldn't see anything, but it was definitely a female presence. And it pinned me to the mattress. It pinned me to the bed. And it was trying to have sex with me. And it was very intense and very, like, really full on. And I was terrified, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't speak, and I couldn't move, and I couldn't resist. But after a certain, I don't know how long, after a certain struggle, after a period of struggle with this entity, I managed to blurt out the name of Jesus. I managed to blurt out one word, and it was Jesus. And then it vanished. It disappeared. It went away. Yeah, it was really full on. Now, the interesting thing about that as well is that I told my parents the next day about it, and they kind of dismissed it as me being me. But then many years later, when I was talking to my mother about it again, many years later, she said that she had an experience when she was upstairs the same night that I was talking about, and she hadn't mentioned it at the time because she was freaked out by it, but she had an experience. She was in bed with my dad. He was fast asleep, and she kept feeling somebody trying to pull the bed covers off the bed, and there was somebody at the foot of the bed she couldn't see trying to pull the blankets and duvets off the bed, and she kept trying to pull them back, and they kept trying to pull them off. And at the time, she hadn't mentioned this at the time, but then many years later, I had the conversation, and she said, yeah, there was something very strange about that house. There was something very peculiar about that house.